Okay, our dear guests, I would like to ask you a question. And first of all, I would like to congratulate you for being a strong woman and a strong parent or a strong mother. Because after the journey you have walked us through until now, it looks very difficult for a woman to do this, but it needs a strong woman and a very strong man beside for you to do or to achieve what you have achieved. Okay, I would like to ask you this question now. It's very hard for you to do your job, which is very difficult, and move up and down, maybe working in a different maybe town, not the same town you are living, and you have children. How do you manage as a mother, and or how do you manage as parents, because you two guys are bringing your children up together, and comparing life here in Germany of raising children and in Israel, because you get your first child and even the second child, I think, when you are in Israel. What is the difference? That's my question.
Thank you, Gloria. It's a great question. The short answer, it's difficult. In Israel and in Germany, I'm trying now to compare because, with the time, you forget what was before. We are so busy with the current state and also grow up and have other demands. So in Israel, we had our first son. We brought him when he was 7 months old in Israel. So sometime he was just with me at home. When he was about 1 year old, we put him into kindergarten, but it was a private kindergarten, so we had to pay for it. Official kindergarten starts from age of 3 in Israel, and I think in Germany as well. Yeah, it's the same. It's always a question still how to manage, because work day is longer than day in kindergarten. So you still need to sacrifice something to manage a child and a job, or sacrifice having a job, or have a short-time job, I don't know, not full-time. So that's why I had this gap, I think, and in this time I just tried to study something, some short courses. I tried to be self-employed, and I tried to do sports. When I got pregnant second time, I decided to go study sports. So I was the only girl at the course with the big belly, but I got my trainer diploma. Not a diploma, no, certificate, diploma certificate, trainer, sorry, the trainer certificate, yeah. And I tried to work as a trainer for a year, I think, before I started my programmer boot camp. It was difficult. The younger one had to go to kindergarten as well. And it always was pretty expensive in Israel. And every year it gets more and more expensive. I even heard stories from other parents when they had 3 children. And by the way, it's a norm in Israel to have 3 children in a family. Like, in Germany it's 1, 2. It's pretty rare more children. In Israel, it's normal to have 3. And this lady, this parent of other children, she told me, well, at some point we paid so much for children care that we decided I will just leave my job because it doesn't worth it, kind of. So also had to sacrifice your career at some point. In Germany, our child went to school, the older one, and the younger went to kindergarten. It was difficult with the language for them. It was very difficult, and I was surprised that there is a kind of adaptation program at school, but not in kindergarten. I also understand it is when children are really young, they learn language faster. But there is still this first difficult period when they don't understand anything and just cry because they don't understand what's going on, what other children say, what's happening. But we got through, and our older one, he's a teenager now, he's 15, and he speaks German pretty fluent, kind of on the level of mother tongue. And he gets angry when we speak German with mistakes and we say we cannot do it better, sorry. And for sure we have an accent and we forget words and use wrong grammatic, and he gets so angry. My God. It's also a part of immigration experience. Like you have to deal with that. And your children speak language better than you and demand from you this quality. We even started, at some point, we started to speak German at home with each other. We have never done it in Israel. Like we haven't spoken Hebrew at home. But here at some point, I don't know, it was a switch in mind, and we really don't speak Russian. I would say it also was maybe related with the war started by Russia. So we even didn't want that someone hears us speaking Russian. Like we speak Russian with our friends, Russian-speaking friends, but with each other, we always use German or English, or sometimes Hebrew at some points. So it's a crazy mix. Yeah, the question was about children, but it's all mixed together, everything. Yeah, and I always tell to friends or colleagues who don't have children yet, I always say, I don't recommend to have children. I don't recommend. It's difficult. And you asked regarding how I tackle it with work now. So I have the privilege to work remotely. So I work from home. I go to office really seldom. I visit office for parties when there is a Christmas party or summer fest. And sometimes we schedule with colleagues that we really want to get together and discuss something, brainstorm something, but it's really rare, I don't know, 2 or 3 times a year. So it doesn't bother me. It's a nice experience to go there. Like I have to drive 1.5 hours to the office, so it would be irreal to go there every day. But I had to do it in the beginning. So it's another interesting experience of mine that when I was hired and I was told I have to come to the office every day, at least first month, I don't know, to learn how everything works, to settle. And I rented a small apartment near the office, more or less. And I lived there 2 months, I think. And every Friday, I drove home here to Laubheim, spent weekend with my family, and Sunday evening I drove back to my small apartment, and the whole work week I lived alone. And again, I'm really grateful to my husband that he dealt with both our children for this period alone. Yeah, we used some help from a friend who took our younger one from the kindergarten 3 or 4 days a week because my husband couldn't do it. He was at work. But yeah, generally it's thanks to my husband. I really could get into my new job, get familiar with the system, with the work, and then I could move to home office. And this is where I work. I have some gadgets here from my work. Yeah, technically it's no problem. We talk to our colleagues every day via Teams online. Yeah, and it's still difficult with children. They need a lot of my Aufmerksamkeit. Gloria, help me.
They need
Aufmerksamkeit.
I think they need a lot of maybe care and support from the parents. I think something like this.
Yeah, and it's a big advantage that I work remotely and relatively flexible. So if I have to drive one of them to a doctor or some another appointment, I can get up and drive them and then work later. But at some point when it happens too often, it's difficult for me. I have to concentrate on my work, then I have to go somewhere, then I come back, then someone calls me. Yeah, it's difficult, but somehow we are still alive.
Okay, that is good, and it's a nice experience for you and for the listener who is listening now our podcast. As we wind up, I have like the last year, I think the last question, because also the time has gone. As an experienced immigrant in Germany from Russia, Israel, then here to Germany, what advice you can give us about life here in Germany and all stuff about that?
Thank you for the question. The first thing that we all, I think, already pronounced is the effort to learn the language of the country where you live. It's important. It's important for you to understand the context, to be involved, and it's important for people around you to be understood. And maybe another thing, and I think it's probably relevant for expats anywhere, but yeah, in Germany as well. You are here for some reason, and it's your new home. Treat it as home, and if seems off, it's okay. Don't assume that someone intend to harm you or wants to do something bad to you. No, it's just another mentality. It's different. There are different rules here, and maybe something is not that you're used to. Try to understand it. Try to figure out. Don't think that someone is against you here. Just try to adapt. It's a new home for you, but you're still a guest, kind of. You need to learn these rules, try to understand it. Yeah, participate in some local groups, I don't know, sports, music, chess, anything you like. Meet people, participate in local festivals, look around what's going on. Yeah, it doesn't mean that you will turn to German, to be 100% German. It's impossible.
Yeah.
A mix of everything you experienced in life. Be always kind to people, be nice, and sometimes it can solve many problems just when you are nice.
Yeah.
I think we need also understand and accept the fact that we experienced more in life than local people. They didn't move to another country. They don't know how different the world can be. And that's why might be weird for them. Tolerance level, I would say, much higher than theirs. So we should be patient and we should adapt ourselves to them. Yeah. I think that's it.
Yeah, maybe at least I'm so happy that at least in the course of the day someone has said what I have been waiting for. First of all, we have to adapt. We have to adapt. We have to accept that we are here with a reason, and this is where we are supposed to be. And after accepting ourselves, then we adapt, because it's very hard sometimes to be something else. We cannot, there is no way we can turn up to be Germans. There is no way, no matter how we learn the language until, is it C2 oder C1, ich weiß es nicht. But we will remain Africa, aus Israel, call it. So the only thing maybe suggest is we participate maybe in their the traditional cultural things, the way you have said. We should also try to do something else that makes us happy, that makes us here we feel so much home than before, so that we are not ending up into depression. But there was a guest here, he said Germany, and he was telling us, like in big towns, there is like groups. They make houselanders, majority houselanders make like groups where you can practice to learn the language. For example, your knowledge or your experience in German language, it's more maybe than what I have, or mine is more than what you have or what David has. But when we have a group and we can talk the language, you will get that I am getting to learn much better than I do it alone, or than when I go to school and then there is a lot of pressure from the teacher. So maybe we can have groups where we can also exercise our traditionals sometimes, because I am having my traditional things, you have yours, David has, and when we bring together, we have a home. And if we invite the Germans, they will be very happy to come. That's the way we will be coming together. But you will get most of the migrants, they don't want to participate in German things, for example, their cultures and whatever, and they are not also practicing theirs. So that's it. Okay. Lastly, please, the host, kindly, I will be very much unhappy if we will not thank our God for giving us life and for giving us this day. But as we thank Him, we cannot forget to ask just one question. Our guest has been in 3 different countries, whereas from Russia, he was from Orthodox, I think. Is it Orthodox?
Yeah, it's called, I think, Orthodox. But yeah, continue your question.
Okay, and then in Israel we have the Jewish, and then in Germany we are strong Catholics. Maybe what's her experience, just as she was migrating from one country to the other when it comes to religion?
Thank you, Gloria. Yeah, also generally we are not religious. Our family is atheistic, and I was grown up this way, and my husband as well. So we were not religious in Russia. We were not religious in Israel, and we are not religious in Germany. But what is interesting, in Israel, almost all the holidays are religious, and it's like you cannot ignore it, you cannot miss it. So we learned these traditions, we celebrated like in a light way, not reading all the ancient texts for sure, but just for fun, for children. We celebrated our holidays there, and yeah, you don't need to be religious to have fun. In Germany, I'm not sure if all the holidays are religious. Part of them are, but I was surprised to know that there is a religion subject at school, but it's not mandatory. First of all, your child can go to ethics subject instead of religion. And what was nice to see that there are different kind of alternative religions lessons. So children from different families of different cultures have choice in which religion lessons they want to participate. I think this is nice. My children go to ethics since we're not religious. I know we never visit church like traditionally. We only visit them sometimes to appreciate architecture. Yeah. So this is it. And yeah, I think it's right then when religion is not kind of mandatory in the country and not, how to put it correctly, doesn't abuse your right to choice, so to choose. Yeah. So still, yeah, we are happy to have Christmas holidays. We visit Christmas markets. We enjoy this atmosphere. And as well, for us, from our childhood, the main holiday was the New Year, because in Russia it was at some point in history it was moved from religious to not religious. So Christmas is not that much celebrated as New Year. So for us, it was always New Year, the main celebration. But the celebration also was with the Christmas tree and presents and Santa Claus. Yeah, in Russian it's named differently. Yeah, like Grandfather Frost. But yeah, it's almost the same. And this is nice. And yeah, like we enjoy these holidays here. We enjoyed holidays we just adapt to what happens in the country we live.
Okay, thank you, Daria, for being with us today as our guest, and we are welcome you again. Maybe next time we just want you to share with us some stories, some moment. Maybe in the future we don't know, but we are glad you come, and we very thank you, and see you next time.
Yeah, thank you very much, our guest. We are so happy and very much humbled. And please, this is a home. And for sure, God willing, we will need you. Not one, not twice, maybe a lot of times. So please, kindly, whenever you see us, whenever you read from us, kindly welcome back home. We are so happy and we wish you a nice afternoon.
Thank you very much for having me. It's really nice. It's a new experience for me to have such a podcast, I would say. I don't know. And yeah, thank you. I really enjoyed our conversation. Hopefully see you again.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.